I've given myself a few challenges lately, and I'm going to share them with you today and see if you want to do them with me. If you're new to the channel, I'm Bonita. I'm from pennies to dollars. I live in rural Kansas. I'm an empty nester, and I retired about 1 year ago today. If you are not a new listener, you are probably used to seeing me wear a lot of the same things in a lot of the videos. And a lot of us are like that. We pick the things that we know fit us, that are comfortable, and we put them on every single day. We don't dress up if we have nowhere to go because that would just seem frivolous, right? Well, today you're going to see me in a different shirt and you're going to start seeing me in different outfits because I am challenging myself to go through all of my closet and wear everything that I have and make a decision that day if I want to keep it or not. Going through your entire closet can be overwhelming, and just trying things on doesn't always give us a good idea of whether it's comfortable to get through the next hour or the next 2 hours or the entire day. So that's why I'm choosing to do it like this. I've already changed clothes 3 times today. This is my third shirt. The first two were t-shirts. I don't care for t-shirts a lot. I don't care for the round neck. I feel like I'm being choked. They were older t-shirts, even though they hadn't been worn hardly at all for that reason. And I've already put them in the donate bag. This is the third outfit that I've put on today. I'm home by myself. It's a dressy shirt, but it doesn't have to be. I have yoga pants on the bottom. And I'm just going to wear this at home today. It's comfortable. I don't need to wait to dress up to wear this shirt. This used to be one of my dress up shirts that I wore to go to work. And I never really chose this one first. It doesn't look too great on the hanger, but when I would put it on, I always thought it looked better than it did on the hanger. And I always thought when I put it on, why don't I wear that more often? And yet it's still been hanging in my closet for a long time because it just doesn't look good on a hanger. Do you know what I'm talking about? Have you ever had some of those clothes that maybe when you're shopping, they don't look good on a hanger, but then when you put them on, they look good on you? Or they look really good on a hanger and then you put them on and you're like, wow, that looks terrible on me. And that's why I feel like I need to actually give these clothes a good trial run and see if I want to keep them. Having clothes in my closet that are not doing me any good is really kind of silly. It's like having money and never spending it. It's like having food and never eating it. So I do like to save money. I do like to stock my pantry, as I shared in the last video, but I don't need to be backstocking clothing. That was my old coffee percolator. It's definitely not new, but it's something that I've started using since I retired, and it makes the best cup of coffee, better than the other kind. I guess because it's boiled, I don't know, but the flavor is so much better. So when I titled this video Out with the Old and In with the New, it doesn't necessarily mean that we're buying new. It may just mean that we're using some things around the house that we haven't used in a long time, and it feels like new because we haven't been using them. We do buy new things when we need to, and I just got a delivery this morning. My new stove is being delivered as we speak. I'm so excited about this. And I chose black this time to match my other kitchen appliances. Sometimes it's rather tricky to get anything in this house because you have to come in and make a direct 90-degree angle into the kitchen because of the add-ons due to it being an old farmhouse. Plus, the doors are really, really narrow. At one point, we had a love seat stuck in one of the doorways about three-quarter of the way up, just hanging there. And my youngest son said, when we get this in there, it is never leaving this house. So we've had to take refrigerator doors off and everything just to get things into the kitchen. But I chose black this time, and I've never had a black stove before. It may sound super simple, but I'm excited to get my refrigerator and my stove to match and not just be the basic white. But on to our out with the old, in with the new. That was a new item that we got, and definitely, definitely new. But I'm going to be going through a lot of the things that I already have in my closet area. A while back, I went through all of my jewelry and I got rid of all of the jewelry that was broken. But I also want to start wearing my costume jewelry. I have so much, and I rarely even wear jewelry anymore. I don't wear earrings hardly ever. I don't wear necklaces hardly ever. And yet I have all of this costume jewelry that I used to wear when I had a professional position. So I'm going to start taking a harder look at that and seeing if I can donate some of that. I've already given away some of the real pieces to my daughters because I don't wear them, and I wanted to make sure they didn't get mixed in with all of the costume stuff at some point. I wanted to make sure they got where they belonged. I also only own 3 purses. I don't carry a purse anymore. I haven't in a really long time. I've showed this to you before. I just carry this pocketbook. It has my credit cards, it has my money in it, and it has my keys attached. And I love doing this. I've done this for many, many years now, and no purse. So those 3 purses, I probably can just let those go. I never grab them for any reason. They're just taking up room. I also decluttered a lot of my belts here a while back. I just have a couple of those, so that's not really an issue. I only have a couple of hats, so that's not an issue. But I did declutter some of my hair clips and my hair bows that I used to wear. I had bows that I used to clip on from back in like the 90s when you wore the big bows with the clips, and I don't wear those at all. They're not in style. I don't even know that they're ever coming back. So I'm letting those go. And then I did sort through my socks, my underwear, and my hosiery, and I thinned those out as well. So as I pare this stuff down, I am having more room in my closet. I'm having less clutter, and I know what fits me instead of just grabbing those go-tos that I always grab. I also went through my jackets. I got several of those decluttered already, and I plan on trying to wear my jackets through the fall and the winter to start paring those down as well. It's really odd when we start going through our closet. We may not think there is that much there, but when we start looking at it in categories, like Marie Kondo in her book about tidying up talks about, we realize how much we really have. So I'm taking another look at my dress shoes that I hardly ever wear, at my skirts. I have already gotten rid of a few of those, and I need to make decisions about the few that are left. And also my dresses, I've gotten rid of a few of those, and I need to make decisions about the few that are left. Ones that I held on to for so long that were maybe a special occasion and they don't fit anymore, I have either sold those or I have donated them, and I have pared down what was in my closet that was just being stored instead of worn. I think a lot of times as women and men, my husband included, we end up with so many shoes. I remember growing up with a pair of athletic shoes and a pair of church shoes, and that was all. And now we have flip flops, we have sandals, we have heels, we have boots, we have casual shoes. So many categories just within the shoe category that it becomes a huge storage issue at times. I have an old Apple basket, bushel basket up there with dress shoes that are paired up in the bushel basket. And most of those were all given to me by my daughter-in-law, and I wore them when I had a dress up position, but I rarely wear those anymore. So paring down these different shoes can open up so much space. Another category in my closet is travel bags. I've been given a lot of travel bags at different events. I have been given them free when I've purchased things, and I already had some to begin with. And I've gotten rid of some of those, but I need to pare them down more. I don't need all of these travel bags. So many times when we go somewhere just for the weekend, I will use a travel bag instead of using a little suitcase. But as many as I have, I don't have that many weekends that I go away, and I primarily choose the same travel bags all the time. Let me know if you have a abundance of things like this in your closet that you need to pare down, and let me know if you want to come along with me and challenge yourself through this fall and winter to take a hard look at this stuff. I was decluttering outside of the home in some of my sheds, but in my own bedroom, I can tackle a few of these areas and give them a second or a third look at, and I can start getting rid of some of these things that I'm now a year into retirement and I have not used, and I don't know in the future when I will use them. I do like the idea of putting things in categories when we are decluttering. For me, it is not as overwhelming. It is overwhelming enough just to see how much I've accumulated in one category. I don't need to have my entire closet on my bed. I don't need to have all of my drawers emptied. I just need to go by category. And then it helps me choose what I'm really going to use, what has just been sitting there, hanging there, being stored, and I can make better decisions. And this idea of how to break things into categories can work in any area of our home, whether it's bath towels or kitchenware. It can go into any category and take a look at things that we have too much of. I have a lot of placemats, and they're those old fashioned placemats that were plastic that you could just wipe off. Those are something that I need to declutter and get rid of. And I know this, but every time I take them out and take a look at them, I have memories of the kids using them when they were younger, how much I enjoyed having ones for every different holiday because they were very inexpensive and I could decorate very, very cheaply. And I have a hard time letting them go, but I need to let those go. Now we mainly use the kind that are just toss in the washer and clean and return them to the table. And I can have those for the different holidays without having these older ones that are just wiped clean. Do you remember these older placemats? They used to be really popular, but they aren't anymore. In fact, I don't think you could even find them if you wanted to anymore, but they've held up really well. So those are some areas that I'm taking a look at within my own house during the fall and winter season. I'm looking at different categories of things and deciding whether I'm going to keep them or reclaim that space for myself. I hope you will all join me in this quest to go through the things that are in our home and decide, are they out with the old or are they going to start being reused as the new? Thanks for watching today. Thanks for listening to my journey as I travel through empty nest, retirement, and middle age. I always enjoy reading your comments and your insights, and I hope to see you in the next video.